Hello, welcome to Module 1. This is about finding your North Star. Okay, Edie.
Yes.
The goal of this course is that people will come away from it having learned some tools to fully become the person that they have always wanted to be.
That's right.
And so what we're thinking about this is unlocking your potential.
We call it your true self.
Right.
Sometimes, we give up our genuine self early on to fit the family dynamics. So we are going to hopefully give you the tools to be the best mom to yourself, because self-love is self-care. It's not narcissistic.
And we're gonna hopefully find out how to give ourselves that self-care.
You got it.
So to start, we thought it would be a good idea to define a North Star.
The North Star. Beautiful.
A North Star can be thought of as ultimately, where do we want to get in our lives? What would unlocking our potential look like? Going through this process and having that North Star in front of us the entire time, we are unlocking our potential.
I was coming to America, and we started out in a ship called General House for displaced people. And I noticed that was a big, big storm coming up as we were passing Britain. And I could see that the ship was moving away from there to avoid the storm. And what is more important, that he knew that we're going to New York, not to China. And so I could see how the ship was able to come back. And then I saw the Statue of Liberty. The North Star is the goal.
The goal?
Yes.
I went through this process as we were preparing for this course. And I realized I had never really set myself up with a North Star. Just doing it, just actually sitting down and writing in my book, what do I want to achieve? What would it look like in my life if I was able to open myself up and have my potential be completely realized? But being specific about it was very powerful for me. That's one of the goals of this whole course, is how can we stop going back around and start moving through and over obstacles.
Not revolving, but evolving. Just like the butterfly. You go through the metamorphosis and then you shed the chrysalis. So it's important to ask yourself, what am I holding on to and what I'm willing to let go of. I like the word willing. It's such a good English word. And I teach people how to speak English. No more yes, but. You give me the but, I give you an and. Yes, and furthermore. So you can get to your North Star.
What's your North Star?
People ask me many times, how do I want to be remembered? And I'm so grateful because we don't seem to appreciate what we have until we lose it. Mm-hmm. So to me, every moment is precious. We always talk about genocide, and unfortunately, it's still with us as we speak.
Yeah.
But never in the history of mankind such a scientific and systematic annihilation of people existed. That is my North Star, to see to it that I was saved, thank God, so I can guide other people from darkness to light, from prison to freedom, because the biggest freedom you're going to have is when you examine your concentration camp that is in your mind, and the key is in your pocket.
You're such an ambassador for us about at the highest level of what you should or what you can live for. And we all live for our different purposes and have different goals. For those of us who struggle to find that North Star,
Yes.
do you have any wisdom for how we can start narrowing our vision towards that?
I had a lovely boyfriend before I was taken to Auschwitz. And he told me, I will never forget your eyes and your hands. So I would go to everyone and ask, tell me about my hands, tell me about my eyes. Because if I survive today, tomorrow can become a good friend to you. That tomorrow I'm gonna see my boyfriend and I'm gonna show him my eyes and my hands. So I think it's very important to do two things. Think about your thinking and pay attention what you're paying attention to. What you focus on will come close, will come in alignment to get you closer to the North Star.
And that was during the Holocaust, right? That you would talk to people about your hands, and you had left.
It was in Auschwitz, yes.
And so it was a small goal, an achievable goal.
Yes.
But a powerful goal.
When I was liberated, May 4th, 1945, I was very ill. And when I was in a hospital, I was waiting for my parents to come home. And I found out that they were murdered in the gas chambers. I was told that my boyfriend was killed a day before liberation, and I became very suicidal after I was liberated, because I had nothing to get up for. And then the voice came to me that there is more to live for, to have more purpose in life. And then I decided in that hospital that I will live to that North Star, that I will go back to school. So my name is now Dr. Edith Eva Eger, and I hope you have a goal. I hope that your North Star, just yours, custom-made, very special one, just waiting for you. And you may cry when you think about it, because I'm about to cry from joy that you have a balance in life between working, loving, and playing.
There's a term that you use which is so powerful for anybody who has had a traumatic experience, is this idea of a cherished wound.
Cherished wound, I call it, because the time when I was told every day that the only way I will get out of here is as a corpse, I discovered my inner resources. I don't like it, it's inconvenient, and it's temporary, no but and it's temporary, and I can survive it. That's what I said to myself. No matter what I heard from the outside, I had my spirit. So when people say to me, I can't, I run into the school, I'm a former school teacher. I run into the blackboard and I put down I can't, and then I take the apostrophe and the T and erase it. I can, why? Because I think I can. And this is what my mother told me. We don't know where we're going, what will happen, honey. Just remember, no one can take away from you what you put in your mind. So when I entered Auschwitz, my mother gave me that freedom.
Yeah.
That no matter what is happening, I still have a choice. And here I am with you, hopefully being a guide, that today is a very good day it's a new beginning, and hopefully you will have a rebirth, a renaissance, that you sign yourself something that you're going to have purpose and meaning and going to the star.
Finding your North Star. We are about to begin a guided visualization to assist you in finding your North Star. Please have a notebook and pen by your side and find yourself in a quiet, comfortable place where you can safely close your eyes. When the visualization ends, we will ask you to pause the video and do some writing. When you are done writing, please hit play to finish the module. Finding your North Star. Take a moment to close your eyes and settle into your chair. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, push your feet down into the ground. Let your shoulders relax. Sit up straight. The muscles in your face relax. And in your mind's eye, stand up and move towards the door in the room. When you open the door, through the threshold, what you see outside is a place in nature that you know well. A place you feel comfortable and safe, that you love to go to. And when you're ready, cross through the threshold of the door out into that nature spot. As you walk around, look around you. Take in the sights. If you hear any animals, you can feel the breeze. If you can notice the trees or the grass or the rivers, whatever is that safe place that you love in nature, take it all in. And as you're looking around, you see just before you a tree so huge and immense as you look up you can't even see the branches in the sky. You approach that tree, and as you get closer you see at the bottom a big hole, big enough that you could fit your head into. And you do so. You look inside the tree, and as you look up, you see nothing but darkness. But just before you, you see some rungs where you can put your hands. And so you begin to do that. One hand over the other, one foot over the other. You begin to enter into the tree and start to go up through the trunk. Up into the darkness, hand over hand, foot over foot, climbing up. You look down and you notice the light is disappearing from the hole at the bottom. You look up and you notice you're in all darkness. And you continue to climb, hand over hand, foot over foot, till you begin to see above you a small slither of light. Climbing up. The light gets brighter and brighter until it's so bright you're at the very top. You start to pull yourself up out of the tree. And you step out of the tree, feel yourself pulling yourself out of the tree. And as you step out onto the grass, you look around you and you notice just that. In every direction, rolling hills of grass swaying in the wind. You can feel the breeze on your face. As you survey all of these rolling hills, you see before you in the distance a scene. It starts to draw you near it. You start to walk towards that scene, and as you walk towards it, you begin to see it more clearly. The structures and people doing things, and you feel really good about what's going on there. It's a harmonious, joyful place that you're approaching. And as you keep walking toward that, you notice someone starts to walk out of that scene towards you. As that person gets closer and closer, you realize that's you coming towards you. You from the future, a future of fulfillment and joy and happiness. And as that version of you in the future approaches you, and they get so close you can see them now just before you, smile and give a slight bow to them. Notice that version of you in the future. What's different about them? Do they have a different haircut? What's their smile like? Ask that version of you in the future to tell you about the life that they're living. Ask that future version of yourself, how does it feel living in this future? What are they doing each day in this future? What amazing things have happened to them now that they have healed their past and are living in this future of fulfillment? Notice what's different about them than where you are now. And then, when your future self has told you those things, they tell you they have something else for you. It's the thing that they focused on that helped guide them to this future. Their North Star that was able to propel them forward amidst all the storms that may still come in their life. A clear, achievable, powerful thing that helped to carry you to that future. They tell you what that North Star is now, the thing to focus on. Now when you have a sense of what that thing was that you were ready to focus on, you thank your future self. Give them a hug. And you begin to turn away, and as they head back to that future of fulfillment and peace and joy, they turn around and tell you, remember, what are you holding on to, and what are you willing to let go of? And as you begin to head back up the grass, up the rolling hill to the top of the tree, you're thinking of your North Star, that clear and powerful thing they wanted you to focus on to get to that future. So you begin to head down into the tree. You can lower yourself into the darkness, and your feet are on the rungs, and you're going one foot over the other, hand over hand, as you lower yourself down into the darkness until you see the light at the bottom begin to emerge. And you walk all the way down until your feet are on the ground. And you lay down and you begin to pull yourself out of the tree, back into that place of nature that you love. Look around you and notice this safe place of nature and the North Star that is now in you. Now head back to the door. Walk through that threshold back into the room you found yourself in. And when you're ready, open your eyes, find a piece of paper, your notepad, and begin to write down your North Star, that thing that you can focus on that's going to help propel you through the storm. And also write down some of the other pieces that your future self shared with you about what they were doing and how they were feeling, some of the accomplishments that they achieved. And when you're ready, pause the video and begin writing. And then when you're done, unpause and we'll finish the module.
Welcome back. How did it go? How was the experience of finding that North Star for yourself? Now, it can be complicated finding exactly what we want to focus our life on. That's a huge task. And it's not necessarily something that you're going to find the first time you put pen to paper and work on it. And in fact, it can create a bit of anxiety, this idea of, what do I want my life to be about? A lot of us struggle with that. And that's okay. That is part of this process. And in fact, some of you might have come up with a few North Stars, a few different goals, a few different things for yourself that would define an exceptional life. And that's okay. In fact, that's terrific. We can have different focuses in our lives that'll help us to maintain a dream of what we want. So as you go through this process with us throughout these modules, know that you're going to refer back to this North Star, and it can change. It doesn't have to stay focused on one thing. You can learn as you go through this process and as you go through your life that maybe that North Star shifts. But working on it is part of the plan. So thank you for joining us for module number 1. We'll see you for module number 2.